Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, I'm KingNido, and in a rematch of the first ever PokeType League game that took place, it is the Spike Myth Rockets taking on the Lava Rouge Flare, and how fitting because last season the Spike Myth Rockets did not win a game until round 4, but at the moment they are the champions. They do not want that to happen this season, so let us know in the comments below who you think will win this matchup. Will it be the Dark types? Will it be the Fire types? Let's send it down. But getting their season off to the exact start they had last season, it is the Lava Rouge Flare starting out with Pyro and Arcanine. It is going to be Meowscarada and Incineroar starting out for the Spike Myth Rockets, and immediately that Intimidate ability is going to lower the attack stat of the two Dark types on the field, but Incineroar has that Intimidate ability as well, so it is going to lower the attack of the two Fire types as Pyro immediately goes for the super effective Poison Jab on to Meowscarada, but however Meowscarada is revealed to be Zoroark in its illusion, so it will not be super effective, and this allows Zoroark to respond with the Screech. However, Arcanine is able to get out of the way, and remember that is the Hisuian Arcanine, so it is a part Rock type as it goes with the Shockwave, gets the critical hit onto Zoroark as well as Incineroar is going to respond with the Swagger. This is going to leave Pyro confused, but it does give it a massive attack boost there. It is base 68 in that physical attack, being more of a special attacker. However, it does need to shake off this confusion, otherwise it will be doing damage to itself, and here it is able to do so, but it goes for the Psychic Fangs, which doesn't affect the Dark type, so maybe it still is confused. This allows Zoroark though to go for the Poison Tail there. Does not do much damage to Pyro. This allows Arcanine to respond with the Ingrain. It is going to plant those roots nice and early in this matchup so it can restore that health and hopefully stay in this matchup for a long time, but Incineroar wants nothing to do with that, going with the Ice Hammer here, which is not very effective there onto Arcanine, and it is going to lower the speed, although Incineroar is already the slowest Pokemon on the field, so it doesn't really matter as we see that Ingrain taking effect, the health being restored of Arcanine thanks to those nutrients being absorbed from the roots. But there is Pyro doing damage to itself in its confusion, always unfortunate to see, but it does allow Zoroark to go for the cross poison here onto Arcanine. Not very effective, very little damage, and Arcanine does look to respond here with the dig. It is going to bury its way underground. Incineroar needs to go for Pyro here whilst Arcanine is underground, going with the Iron Tail, but unfortunately Pyro is still able to avoid that attack as Arcanine is still absorbing that nutrients even underground. Pyro still needing to shake off this confusion. This time it is successful, and it goes for the Slam, but Zoroark is able to get out of the way of that attack, and this allows it to respond with the Fell Stinger here. Very little damage being not very effective there on Pyro, but the dig from Arcanine gets the easy elimination, even gets the critical hit just to make sure that Zoroark is eliminated. And Incineroar going for the triple axle. This won't be very effective on Pyro, but it only gets 2 of the triple axle. It is a double axle here today, and there is Arcanine still having its health restored. Now we know that Meowscarada, the real Meowscarada, is about to come out onto the field, and it has that Protean ability as well, but it's also got the speed advantage. Going for the Bubble Beam, very intelligent play. It is going to become a water type, so this is going to be doing stab damage, and it eliminates Arcanine from this matchup. A perfect response by the Spike Myth Rockets. They want that first win of the season as the champions side. We cannot believe that they have lost their first 2 games this season. Pyro with the immediate payback though, gets the critical hit on Meowscarada. Fantastic damage being done there. Incineroar though responds with the Worry Seed now onto Pyro. It is going to get rid of that rivalry ability and give it that insomnia ability, so it will be unable to sleep. There will be no Pyro resting on the field today, as out comes Blaziken for the Lava Rouge Flare, and this water type Meowscarada immediately connects with the Lick there onto Blaziken as Pyro is going to go for the hard press, going for Incineroar, who's only just taken its first damage of the matchup. Not very effective, but yet another critical hit in this matchup as Blaziken with the Rock Throw follow-up. This is super effective. Looks like they're targeting Incineroar at the moment, but you'd think they'd want to get the water type off the field. As Incineroar with the Stuffed Cheeks, it is going to boost that defense a great deal here as it does chow down on its Leopard Bear, and Incineroar does have that 90 base physical defense as the Ice Punch is not very effective on Pyro from Meowscarada. Pyro is going to respond though with the Heat Crash, yet again going for Incineroar. Not very effective, however Incineroar is able to tank that move, and Blaziken follows it up with the Fire Fang. This time going for Meowscarada, not very effective, still gets a good connection there on the water type as the Glaive Rush from Incineroar onto Pyro gets the elimination, and the Spike Myth Rockets are in front. They could be building a little bit of momentum here in this matchup. And out comes Magmortar onto the field as Meowscarada, still with the speed control, goes for the Encore, but unfortunately that does fail, and this allows Magmortar to try and capitalize with the Toxic Thread onto Incineroar. It is going to slow it down, which really doesn't matter because Incineroar again is already the slowest on the field, but it has left it with that poison status condition, so it will be taking passive damage from that. Blaziken though is going to follow it up with the Skitter Smack, trying to capitalize on that dark typing, puts it into knockout range, also lowering the special attack in the process. You have to think that Poison could actually finish it off, but first the Spark here onto Magmortar, and Magmortar is left with that paralysis. This is going to slow it down, but it could also make it unable to move, and Incineroar needs to hold on to this Poisoning, but it is unsuccessful. It is taken out of this matchup thanks to that Toxic Throw, leveling the playing field, and out comes Iron Thorns onto the field, the Terrestrial Draftee for the Spike Myth Rockets, taking on this Dark typing. So fittingly enough, both Pokemon on the Spike Myth Rocket side of the field have changed their typing in this matchup. Remember, Meowscarada is currently a water type. It has the type advantage over the Lava Ridge Flare. It has the speed advantage. Goes for the Fury Cutter though. Very little damage there being done to Blaziken. Blaziken shakes it off and does respond with the Lunar Blessing. So it's actually going to restore its health, but also it's going to cure Magmortar of that paralysis, also restoring its health as well, almost getting it back to full strength. That is some good teamwork by the Lava Ridge Flare. Magmortar with the Earth Power. This would have done massive damage if Iron Thorns hadn't have Terrestrial. It still gets a great connection though, who responds with the Terra Blast. This is going to be a Dark type move, and it's going to go for Blaziken. Remember, it's a part Fighting type, still gets a fantastic connection though, gets the critical hit just to make sure it gets that extra damage, and a Powder Snow follow-up from Meowscarada connects with both Fire types for very minimal damage. Now we get the double team here from Magmortar. It is going to boost its evasiveness, and if it's able to dodge these attacks, it will not be eliminated from this matchup. Blaziken follows it up with the Ally Switch, almost looks like the double team. They do switch places, both Magmortar and Blaziken. Iron Thorns is going to go for the Perish Song though. It doesn't care about any evasiveness. It's going to make it so any Pokemon who just heard this song will be eliminated in 3 turns, and unfortunately that does include its teammate Meowscarada. This is a very risky play by the Spike Myth Rockets. Maybe they're trying to throw the Lava Ridge Flare off their game, as Meowscarada is going to go for the Confuse Ray, and this is going to leave Magmortar confused, so potentially yet again they have thrown them off their game because Magmortar needs to shake off this confusion, otherwise it will be doing damage to itself. We saw that happen to Pyro earlier on in this matchup. However, Magmortar is successful in shaking off, going for the Draining Kiss onto Meowscarada, gets the elimination as well. Magmortar gets itself back to full strength and puts the Lava Ridge Flare back in front in this matchup. Blaziken looking to follow it up, goes for the Bite. This won't be very effective here on the Dark type Iron Thorns, who's flinched. Unfortunately, he's flinched as that Perish count does fall to 2 for the 3 Pokemon currently on the field. Now out comes Mabostiff for the Spike Myth Rockets. This Angry Papa needs to go for something big, but first Magmortar, still in a confused state, needs to shake it off. It is successful yet again, and going for the Thunder Punch here onto Iron Thorns. Another critical hit in this matchup. Blaziken is going to follow it up with the Hammer Arm and gets the elimination of Iron Thorns with that super effective move. Blaziken does cut into its speed to do so, as the Fire types currently have the speed control, and they've got the numbers game, the 4-2 advantage for the Lava Ridge Flare. Mabostiff though, with the Dragon Darts, it is going to connect with both Blaziken, putting it in knockout range, gets a good hit there onto Magmortar as well, but there is that Perish count falling, and it's only going to affect the 2 Fire types. So in retrospect, it was actually a good play by Iron Thorns, as out comes Samurott in its Hisuian form. It has that Water type, and Magmortar has snapped out of its confusion though. It is going to set up the Sunny Day on the field, which could be great for the Lava Ridge Flare if they go for some Fire type moves. However, they will be resisted by Samurott. The withdraw here from Mabostiff, it is going to boost that physical defense, which is base 90, and Samurott's going to follow it up with the Thunder. However, it is avoided by Magmortar, and this allows Blaziken to go for the Throat Chop here onto Mabostiff. Very little damage with that not very effective move, and there is that Perish count falling to 0 for the 2 Fire types. Magmortar is eliminated. Blaziken is also eliminated, which means we are down to a 2 versus 2 matchup. We don't know the remaining 2 Pokemon for the Lava Ridge Flare yet, but out comes Typhlosion in its Jotonian form, and it's going to be joined by Charizard. These Pokemon actually have the same stats as they set up the Psychic Terrain does Typhlosion, which doesn't really matter for the Spike Myth Rockets because they're immune to Psychic type moves, so I don't know what Typhlosion's going for here, but Charizard is going to follow it up with the Whirlpool onto Mabostiff. It is going to be trapped in that Vortex. It will be taking passive damage, but first Samurott with the Razor Leaf connects with both Fire types. However, it's not very effective on either of them. Did get the critical hit on Typhlosion, and it's followed up by the Frenzy Plant onto Typhlosion. They should not be going for these Grass type moves, they should be going for Water type moves there. Speaking of Water type, there is that Whirlpool doing damage to Mabostiff as Typhlosion is going to go for the Draco Meteor. However, it is avoided by Mabostiff. Charizard, though, looking to do its part, goes with the Ingram. We saw this earlier by Arcanine. Charizard is going to be getting its health restored by planting these roots. Samurott, though, with the Absorb, more Grass-type moves taking effect in this matchup. It's not very effective on Charizard as Mabostiff has to recharge from that Frenzy Plant, and there is Charizard having its health restored thanks to those nutrients. Mabostiff, on the other hand, is still taking damage from the Whirlpool as Typhlosion is going to go for the Drill Run into Mabostiff. Gets a good connection there. Charizard does look to follow it up immediately with the Stone Edge, going for Samurott. Gets a great connection there on the Water type, who does respond with the Snipe Shot. This is what it needs to do. Super effective hit there onto Charizard. Mabostiff is going to follow it up with the Rise in Voltage. Surely should have gone for Charizard with that move, who is a part Flying type, as it is still having its health restored thanks to those nutrients. Mabostiff is still trapped in this vortex. This Whirlpool continues to do damage here, and Typhlosion with the Seed Bomb. This is super effective onto Samurott, puts it in knockout range. Charizard could get the easy elimination. It goes for the Frost Breath. Samurott needs to hold on here, but it is unsuccessful. It is eliminated by that not very effective move. Another critical hit, as you expect from the Frost Breath. But Mabostiff is all by itself. Are the Spike Myth Rockets about to lose their third game in a row? Another Terra Blast. This time onto Typhlosion, puts it in knockout range from Mabostiff. The sunlight does fade over the field. Mabostiff is at a disadvantage, and the speed control is on the side of the Lava Ridge Flare, as that Whirlpool does put Mabostiff into knockout range. It needs to go for something big, but Typhlosion goes for the Bitter Blade and finishes off the Angry Pupper. The Spike Myth Rockets have lost their first 3 games of the season. What is happening to the Dark types? This is not what we expected from their champion. So, however, the Lava Ridge Flare yet again continue to start their season with a win streak, as next round they look to extend it to 4 games in a row, as they will be taking on the Anastar Galaxy. However, the Rockets will be looking to get their first victory of the season next round when they take on the Castelia Pinchers. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.